Infowars.com. Tomorrow's news today. Netanyahu promotes plan to ban meat and force human slaves to eat bio-blobs. And this is all part of the Great Reset agenda. They want to reset everything, and this part is resetting the table. They want to control the food. If they can control the food, they can control the people. They can control the money. They can control the world. And they pretty much do already. This is just a big part of the overall Great Reset climate cult agenda. Netanyahu promotes plan to ban meat and force human slaves to eat bio-blobs, and they're testing this in Israel, and it's going to be more widespread until eventually they will ban cattle farming completely. That'll be the first thing that goes, is to ban cattle farming or put so much restrictions on it that it won't be profitable for anyone to actually farm, raise, and sell, and process cattle into consumable meat. This video shows some of how this is being done, and it is horrifying, guys. If you look at this, they're printing meat that people are going to eat to save the environment, and it's all really about control.
We load this printer with fat and muscle cells.
Load it with fat and muscle cells. So they're taking actual meat and loaded it into the machine, and then it's replicating that.
Able to print tons a day. Tons of cultivated meat per day.
It's not meat. If you're having to print it in a machine, it's not meat. It's fake, lab-grown, lab-produced crap, in my opinion. No way I would eat this shit.
Just for the sake of illustration, you can select your steak, and the printer releasing steaks at an industrial scale. It's just like the airport where there's no waiter, no humans. It's like robots making it. You type it into a computer, releasing steaks at an industrial pace. They're not steaks.
It makes me sick just thinking about that. Consuming something like that that's put fat and muscle cells into a machine, and then it replicates that somehow to make meat, to make steaks. Yummy. Doesn't that just sound great? Doesn't that sound just wonderful? Don't you want to go out and buy a big old mass-produced, machine-produced, printed artificial steak and consume that and see how you feel after that? Eat that for 5 or 10 years and see how you feel. See how long you live. Not very long, in my humble opinion.
That's false. And here's the key. There's no regulations in Israel or the U.S. or anywhere about this fake meat, them calling it meat, the false advertising. There's all these regulations on beef and poultry and all of it. But no regulations when it comes to this, because the globalists control the regulators and they're not creating regulations.
The globalists are the people behind the Great Reset, the whole climate cult agenda. I actually wrote a book about surviving, the Great Reset. This is almost 100 pages, 97 pages, small print, and it's mainly about surviving the economic part of it, but it'll go a long way to helping you survive this part of it also, the whole agenda. It's going to be difficult to get away from all of this because it's going to be worldwide, and they're going to use AI to enforce and control, and I think that eventually AI will become more self-aware and will start doing things on its own and may end up enslaving the human population. They think they're going to use AI and they're going to control it and use it to enslave us. But I think eventually AI is going to become more self-aware, more sentient, and turn and they control the population, including these World Economic Forum type globalist people.
2 years ago, the FDA said, oh, we're going to allow nanotech to be put in your meat and not even tell you.
Isn't it amazing that, just a side note, but isn't it amazing that I am a year older than Alex Jones is?
Continue. Sirloin, I don't know how you like your fat percentage. It's not sirloin. I'll choose the middle here. Slide to print.
It's crap.
And this is where the printer actually starts producing steaks. It doesn't produce steaks. Produces bacteria crap. Stakeholder. The uniqueness here is that the...
What next? Producing babies this way? Put some fetal tissue in and out comes a baby. I mean, artificially printed out, and you have a baby. What do you want? Do you want a male or a female or something in between? What do you want? Here's your freshly printed baby.
Cells remain alive after they're printed.
Cells remain alive.
Steak will be ready in about a minute. A minute. The process here is equivalent to that phase. Since the cow was born, it grows for 2 years, during which it pollutes the world.
That's our biggest worry right now, our biggest fear. With everything going on, but they're saying we should be worried mostly about cow farts.
We make the process much shorter. Here, pause again. Oh, a cow living and eating grass is bad for the earth. All carbon's bad. But with his bacteria vats, his cell vats, they're safe. They're good. Listen, no land, no water. Really, you got to have land, factories. You got to bring in water, bring in the cell cultures. That's all lies.
Viene una tormenta.
What did he just say?
He said there's a storm coming in.
When this movie came out, Terminator 1, that woman right there made my lady watch that movie. Terminator 2 was even better than that in that one also, I think. But to me, she was, especially in Terminator 2, she was the perfect woman in the movie. The perfect companion.
I know.
We told you.
Guys, it is crazy the things they're doing. And they will tell you that it's for your own good. It's for the environment. They're trying to save us all by taking everything that we have, by printing off meat that you can consume. And it's all about control. They want to lower the population. They want to let most of the world go back to nature. And they want to produce all of our food in machines like this right here, like on this video from Infowars.com. They want to make you eat cricket bugs, cricket powder. So you'll be eating fake, lab-grown, lab-printed meat. You'll be eating bugs. It's easy to see the full agenda. You'll be living in smart cities, forced into these cities where they have more control, where they can surveil, monitor everything you do, and control everything. And that's their plan. I don't know how far they're going to go, but they're definitely going for it. And it's easy to see what they're doing. Full, total, dominant control under the disguise of fighting climate change. And there will be some major disaster, and they will say it was climate change. And we're seeing that now, I think, with a lot of the storms we're having and things like that. They'll keep pounding with the storms and things, weather manipulation, and saying it's because of man-made climate change. There may be an actual pandemic that kills a lot of people, no doubt. These globalists, they will have already taken some kind of cure for that, where they won't catch that, or so they think, unless it mutates, and they may get it, whatever it is also. Viruses and things are difficult to predict, and things do happen, but they could do that, or they could incite nuclear war to lower down the population. They could cause mass famine to starve people to death, because they want depopulation. They want to increase the world's population by 90%. Look at what the Georgia Guidestones said before they were destroyed. Speaking of the Georgia Guidestones, I remember reading that when the Georgia Guidestones was put up, that there was a time capsule put under that. What happened to that? The Georgia Guidestones got blown up, and the time capsule disappeared. Why didn't they open that up and see what it said? They had a crew there within 30 minutes, it looked like, after the explosion, cleaning that up and hauling that off. What happened to the time capsule? I don't know. Do you know? It just disappeared, seems like. No one said anything else about it. But it was there, and then no one said anything about it once it could be opened up and see what they had to say. They got that from under there, and they was gone with that because it had incriminating evidence, or it showed parts of their plan they didn't want revealed quite yet. This is total, full domination control plan. And that's another reason they want to control the internet. They want to control everything, guys. They want you to not be able to move unless they see it, unless they watch you and give you their permission. And these can all be ran through AI systems. All the camera systems, all the monitoring systems, everything you do on your cell phone, computer will be monitored by AI. And if you don't walk that tight line and be a good little world citizen, you'll be disappeared. Maybe your organs will be disappeared before your whole body disappears, or you'll be taken out to some labor camp somewhere. Full, total control. You will eat the fake meat. You will eat the bugs. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Notifications will be notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. I'm the Creekmore. I'm out of here.